Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship. This is Season 6, Round 6, Tier 2. So, we're getting closer to the end of 2020. And today, as you can see, there is no black and gold car on the grid as I have taken a 2 week sabbatical. Um, this was during the time where World of Warcraft Shadowlands came out, and I had to binge that with a buddy of mine. So, the Norwegian Stallion is not going to be on the grid for 2 races, but I return for the final 90-minute race. So, today we get down to the grid on Red Bull Ring Short in the GR4 machines. And yeah, let's get down to the grid and take a look at the drivers and get this race going. We have Ronan in first in the front-wheel drive Audi. We have Coolio in the Lambo, Spooky in the mighty Roaring Jag, Tom Nixon in the Viper, Hit the Mac in the Aston Martin. Are You Ready, Ben in the Trophy, Wilkinator in the Ferrari, Jules in the four-wheel drive Mitsubishi Evo, Rocker in the Mighty American, and Jammy D finishing off the field in the back. All right, let's see how everyone got on in today's race. All right, we're about ready to get this show started, underway, and all that. Waiting for the lights, and we're off for round 6 of Tier 2, Season 6. Very bad start from Ronan, but you can't expect a good start from the front wheel drive as we see Spooky going very slidey into turn 1. As we can see, the short track cuts off here, so no long straight. Sorry for this. My throat is a little bit yeah. As we see Spooky in first, Ronan in second, but that mighty fast Audi is right on Spooky's heels. As we see Coolio in third, Mac in fourth, Ben in fifth. As we see Ronan go for the move on Spooky already into turn 1. Makes it stick, and holy crap, that Audi is fast. He's got a big gap down to Spooky already, as we see Coolio going on the inside into turn 2. But Spooky manages to hold him off, as we see down the field. Tom is up into 5th, Ben down to 6th, Rocker 7th, we have Wilco in 8th, Jules in 9th, and Jammy in 10th. As we see Spooky still staying ahead of Coolio. Oh, and wow, Coolio is really looking for the best turn into, oh, I think, no, he managed to slip away with a penalty. Coolio did not. As we see, Mac is right on Coolio's heels. And I think Spooky is engaged his lag switch again. It's going to make it a little bit scary for the people in the back. So we see Mac has lost a little bit of distance up to Coolio now, and Ben is chasing Tom. And Rocker sliding through the second to last corner with Wilco and Jules in tow. And Jammy is all the way in the back. As we come back to Coolio as he chases down Spooky, but he also has Mac on the side of him, going into the inside of turn 2. Does Mac make that move stick? He does. He is now up into 3rd. Good job from Mac. Didn't expect anything less from that man. Beautiful move. As we see Tom in the Mighty Viper. Ben there, not able to keep up too much. I think this little bit of straights is actually not very suited for the trophy. As we see Spooky going a little bit on different lines than the rest of the field. Mac. Coolio still trying to shake off his little penalty. Everyone's in a train of cars as we see Coolio going very wide, and I think, what? As we saw Tom Nixon just skipping. I think he has the cones on. I think Tom has cones on, and he drove over them and jumped. As we see Ben on the inside of Tom. Tom has the inside in this corner. But he's definitely trying to get past. As we see Coolio going back. And I have a cable malfunction, so hold on. There we go. As we follow the most exciting battle, as we see Rocker is still ahead of this pack. They haven't inched any closer. And I think Jammy is not gelling with this track a whole lot. As we come back to Tom Nixon, Ben, and Coolio. As you see, Ben is really on the hunt to get past Tom. Spooky and Mac are fighting too. I think Mac might have the better pace on this track. As he goes on the inside into turn 1, makes the move stick, is up into 2nd. Beautiful move from Mac. I think Mac just has a little bit extra grunt that Spooky is missing at the moment. As we see, Coolio has edged a little bit away. As we see Ben up in the 5th place, we lost the overtake. He's chasing down Coolio. As we see, Rocker still ahead of Wilkes and Jules. Haven't been able to make a dent in Rocker's gap as of yet. Doesn't stop them from trying. Beautiful to see 2 packs of cars with, you know, them in the train and just fighting for positions. Awesome to see. As we see Tom, Ben, and Coolio. Ben and Coolio has got themselves a little bit of a gap down to Tom. As we see, Spooky hasn't really given up on his fight with Mac. He's just on max gearbox. Just does not want to let go of him. The difference between these two aren't that big at the moment. There's a fight going on a little further back too. Actually a further gap. We'll follow Mac and Spooky for a little bit. I think maybe Mac has been able to edge away from Spooky. Very easy to grab a penalty on Red Bull Ring. And Spooky has engaged his lag switch. He's trying to go for the inside into the penultimate corner. Makes it stick. Holy, that is what? Huh? Mac going into the pits already. That is surprising. Oh, we've actually driven 10 laps already. The left side tires are taking a beating. Let's check with Ronan. Ronan's actually doing quite well. I think he's just controlling the pace at the moment. Not too concerned. And look at Ben's tires. The trophy is amazing on tires. If he can just get a little bit closer to Coolio, if just a bit, he might be able to overtake him. Everyone's got a penalty at this point, it seems. So we see Tom in his beautiful Dodge. Perhaps a little bit too heavy as we see him go into the pits. Same with Spooky. Spooky has gone in. Let's see what that actually puts Coolio and Ben. Mac is all the way back into 6th. As we see Coolio going very deep there. And I think, yeah. Ben and Coolio has come out in front of Spooky. As we see Ben just dove on the inside and managed to get back up. Get up into 2nd place. Wow, Ben. These two have yet to pit, and with Coolio's 4-wheel drive system going very wide there. Just not able to keep the car on track as we see a battle now between Mac, Wilco, and Jules. Well, Wilco and Jules in general. And Jules has a 4-wheel drive car, and his rear tires are looking good compared to Wilco's Ferrari, which just hammers its rear tires. As we see Jules into turn 2, just past Wilco without any issues at all. Excuse me there, I had to clear my nose a little bit, been out recently. As we see Wilkinator going into the pits, Tom Nixon has been into the pits, Rocker has been into the pits, Jammy has still not been into the pits. And neither has Ronan, and he has a decent tire wear on his fronts, compared to a lot of the other guys. He's just controlling the tempo. As we see Ben in 2nd. Maybe Ben can snag a podium today. Pretty sure he wouldn't mind. As we see Coolio still staying out with Ben. Tires are looking surprisingly good. As we see Spooky going very wide into the last turn, or out of the last turn, with a 7.3 second penalty. That is some stuff. Sorry if you hear the sound of a box opening. I just need to grab myself a drink. Oh, there we go. And Mac is right behind Spooky again. Spooky decides to burn off his penalty. Better than have it on and keep climbing like Bottle Job in the last race of the season, season 5, where he accumulated himself 30 minutes of penalties. As we see Rocker in the same position as before, with Wilco and Jules right behind him, and Jules has dropped back behind Wilco again. And Jammy is still staying out on his tires. Kudos for Jammy for staying out this long. As we see Wilco trying to look for a move. Rocker has the corner covered. As we see Coolio into the pits now. Mac coming up into third place. Pit stops are quite long on this track. That puts Mac up into third. We have Spooky coming out there. Coolio right behind. As we see Ronan finally entering the pits. And how long will Mizio Ben stay out for? The French Canadian. Ben dives in. Time to get on some new boots. So we see Coolio right behind Spooky. And Rocker going very wide. Struggling to get the car around that section. And once again, I apologize. I have no idea what the corners are called around this track. If they have any names at all. As we see Will Canadian going for a move on the inside of Rocker into turn 1. Makes that stick. Jules is trying to have a head into this fight, but it's not far enough ahead. Oh, look at how close Jules is at the back end of Rocker. Rocker just struggles to find the grip in that American muscle car. Nothing that he can do. As we see, Wilco is just edging away right now. He's got the pace he needs to pull away. Jammy finally into the pits. Oh, look at how close it is between these three. There's barely a second between them. Oh, as we see, I think Rocker's feeling the Jules pressure. Just look at how close Jules is to Rocker's back end. Have you asked Rocker for permission, Jules, to be that close? Take him out for a date first, for God's sake. Wow, Jules. And Jules going very wide there. Is he able to keep up? I think Rocker had a very bad exit into the last turn. We're out of the last turn. As we see, Jules is right on Rocker's heels yet again. Just isn't able to capitalize. is trying to go on the outside of Rocker. Will he succeed into the penultimate corner? Just not enough. He stays on the outside. Rocker's got balls of steel, that's for sure. He does not let up once. If you're gonna pass me, Jules, you have to do it in a way I am not gonna see coming. Jules is doing his absolute finest. He's trying and trying and trying to find a way through. Both of these guys are looking for the kink in the armor. Rocker to stay ahead. Jules to find a way through. Does Jules have enough overspeed to get on the inside of Rock? No! He goes on the outside. Whatever Jules is doing, he just can't get through. He's trying and trying and trying, but just can't get through. Let's leave these two for a little second so I can take a look at the rest of the field. We have Ronan still at first, been untouchable always. Mac in second. As he dives into the pits, we have Ben in the third. He's gonna nab second. That sounded weird. As we see Ben up into second place. Coolio in third. Mac all the way down in fourth. We have Spooky into the pits again, with Wilco in fifth. Rocker into the pits. Puts Jules up into seventh, I believe. Can he make it before Spooky and Rocker comes out? Here they come. Rocker's still coming out of the pits. And he comes out before jamming. Coming back on lap 33, we have driven for 29 minutes. We have Ben still in second place, and I think he's only had one pit stop so far. So that trophy is very, very stingy on its tires. Barely any tire wear at all. As we see him dive into the pits. We have Mac in third. He's probably gonna be able to pass Ben at this point, coming out of the pit stop. As we see Spooky there. I think Ben's gonna be safe from Spooky. As Spooky goes in too. Coolio in the fifth. He might be able to pass Spooky at this point, depending on if Spooky takes on fuel. As we see Tom into the pits. Jules staying out. He doesn't really need to go in yet with a 5.2 second penalty. The last corner is very giving when it comes to penalties. As we see Spooky all the way down into sixth. Oh, and a little tailspin from Spooky there. And Jules is just trying to grab whatever positions he can. As we see Mac into the pits already. Tires weren't looking that bad, to be honest with you. No fuel, just tires, and that puts Ben into second place again. Very curious to see who actually nabs second place in this race. Could be between Ben and Mac. Ben's having one of the best races ever in the Thursday series, that's for sure. Maybe he can get that podium he's been so wanting to get. After a lot of, excuse the pun, shitty races in Tier 1. he might actually be able to nab a podium in this one. Sorry for the S-bomb. As we see Mac, he's got his speed up, and that will probably last him for 10 laps. As we see, Coolio is about to be lapped by Ronan. We have Spooky chasing down Coolio. Jules dropped a little bit of distance to Spooky, the Spookmeister. Tom having a difficult time in the American. My favorite car in the world is not very suited for this short of a track. Needs more speed, less corners, more lefts. So we see Wilco in 8th, having a good race. May not be in the top, but he's having one of the best races ever, I think. I'm pretty sure he wished he was higher on the list. I've had the pleasure of racing Wilco many a times. And over the past few seasons, he has had his string of bad lucks. And I know how good Wilco is at his prime. So let's hope he just keeps his head down and nabs some points. Jammy. Always. Oh, as we see Jammy completely missing turn 2 as he tries to go straight and figures out that there is no straight to take, and he just completely fumbles up that corner. That was a little bit of humor for you there, and maybe is a little bit of ashamed, maybe a little bit embarrassed for for that turn, as we see him going into the pits, and Rocker moving up to 9th. Coming back to Ben, he's been doing very good, and he picks up a 5 frickin' second penalty. One thing I wish with Polyphony is that they take a look at the track limits of GT Sport, because they are a horrible mess, and whoever's in charge of coding that should be taken out somewhere and physically beaten. That's what I mean. That's what I feel anyway. As we see, Mac is struggling a little bit to keep up or catch up to Ben because of Ben's superior handling capabilities, which is serving Ben quite well in the trophy right now. And Mac in the powerful Aston Martin, which does struggle a little bit in the corners. As we see Ronan, a man we haven't seen a lot today in today's race, is just showing who's boss and owning the field. He probably should have gone into could have gone into the pits and just had a couple of tea and waited for the guys to just come a little bit closer and just nuke them all again. As we see Coolio in 4th. Have Mr. Spooky. 6.1 seconds of penalty. Holy... yeah. 6.6. He got another half-second penalty for nothing. Come on, Polyphony. gummy penalty system. As we see Jules into the pits. Wow, his left tire is taking a beating. As we see Wilco coming up behind Jules. Wilco with a 10 frickin' second penalty. Are you kidding me, Polyphony? There's no point in trying to shake these penalties off. Takes too long. As we see Tom Nixon with no penalty. I think he had a penalty earlier in the race, but he's managed to stay away from the stupid penalties as far. As we see Rocker is... he's been lapped by Ben. Not a good race for the master of Team Atari. I think it was Atari, right? And he gets himself a little half-second penalty for his nothing troubles. As we see Jammy following Hit the Mac. Oh, goes very wide there. And Jammy gets himself a little half-second penalty as we head back to Ben, which seems unstoppable for Mac at the moment. Mac has not been able to get any closer to Ben. I think Ben is actually having fun out there for once. Actually being able to nab second place. Ben is doing extremely good. And I wish him all the best in this one. I hope he gets second place. Oh, goes very wide out of turn 1. Let's hope he didn't get a penalty from that. And he did. Are you freaking kidding me? As we see Mac. Let's check the distance between these guys. Ben is 9 seconds ahead of Mac, so if he can keep that penalty down, Ben should be able to stay in second for this one and grab his first podium in a long while. Coming back on lap 56. Yes, 56. We have 10 minutes to go, and Ben is still in second place. I think he's been in for his second pit stop. So he's been able to stay ahead of Mac for a good long while. As we see, Mac's tires might not make it until the end, as we see Tom into the pits with 4% fuel remaining in the tank. I think Mac might have to pit one more time. As we see Coolio there, not very far from Mac, and if Mac doesn't get rid of his 4 1/4 penalty, Coolio might be able to snag third out of a technicality, and I don't think Mac would want that. Spooky did very well in the start, but has dropped down to 5th. This might not be the track for Spooky. Jules with a 7-second penalty. Well, he's not taking any prisoners today, that's for sure. There we are, Wilco. Pretty uneventful race for Wilco today. Tom in 8th. We have a rocker. Hasn't been Rocker's greatest day on the job, but he's still holding on. He's not letting this slip by him, that's for sure. As we see Mac into the pits with 8% left remaining in the tank. As I said, he would have to probably do one more stop. And what about Coolio? I think Coolio might have to do another stop too. But it's all gonna come down to Mac catching up to Coolio again. And Mac gets a half-second penalty for going out of the pits. What the I have never understood the penalty system in GT, and I don't think I ever will. And Mac is slowing it all down to burn off the penalty. With Spooky coming very close there, Mac. Speed up, speed up, speed up, speed up. It wasn't worth it, probably, in Mac's eyes to go around with that big of a penalty. As we see, Spooky just got himself a half-second penalty just for passing Mac. What the hell is going on in this race? Probably gonna get comments on how the penalty system works from my fellow drivers room racers, or they're just gonna laugh and say what the hell like me. But this is absolutely ridiculous. Let's hope Mac can catch up to Spooky and show this little young whippersnapper who's boss. As we see, Jules has decreased his penalty from 7 seconds to 3.1 and chasing down Ronan, which is a couple of laps ahead of him at this point. We see Wilkinator. Will he have enough fuel for the last 6 minutes, or does he have to go into the pits to get himself some more go-go juice? As we see him going around for another lap. We have Tom. Oh, Tom, what the frig are you doing? That was ballsy. You're not even fighting Ben. What the frig are you doing? Ben has a 9-second penalty, but I think he's pretty much safe from Coolio as he goes into the pits, as I probably predicted. As we see, Ben is under attack from Tom Nixon, but Tom Nixon is a lap or two behind. And what? Ben's got himself another friggin' second penalty. What? Let's take a look at the distance between Ben and Mac. Mac is there. Coolio is there. I think Ben should be safe from Mac and Coolio. Going back to the telemetry, there's 19 seconds down, so yeah, Ben is pretty much safe. He can go into the finish with that penalty and nothing will happen. But I am a little bit concerned of Tom being as aggressive as he is, especially when he's a lap down from Ben as he smacks it into the wall. Oh, Tom. As we see Rocker there with heavy left front tire wear. just trying to nurse the car home for the last remaining laps and minutes. Probably shouldn't need to go into the pits unless he's trying for fastest lap. As we see Mac coming up behind, about to lap Rocker. And that Aston Martin is really, really thirsty. It just has to hold out for another 3 minutes. Should be good to go. Let's hope we can catch up to Coolio, this man. But then again, Coolio is quite far behind our head. And I think Coolio might be safe, unless he does a big, big, big mistake that costs him a lot of penalty and time. As you see Spooky there. Ronan should be safe now for the remainder. Very little screen time for Ronan today. He has been pretty much unstoppable. So no point in watching too much from that. As we see Ben in second place. Pretty much safe from Coolio and Mac. You just have to nurse the car home and shake off a few seconds of penalty before he crosses the line. Should be possibly one lap left for the guys. As we see Coolio. Mac is inching closer and closer and closer. This could be the deciding factor for Mac and Coolio. Who has enough fuel left in the tank? I think Coolio has enough fuel. I think Mac might run out. If he just didn't shake off that penalty. Didn't have to burn the fuel as much as he has done. And he dives into the pits. 1% remaining. He would not have enough fuel to finish the race. He has to go in for a dip. Just enough to make it last. Spooky is not going for another lap. Hell no. Jules naps 4th. 5th. Jules naps 5th. Mac is secure in 4th. As we see, Rocker has a hell of a bad time into the second turn. What in the world? As we take a look back with Rocker and Jammy. What? Oh, Jammy just slightly pushed Rocker and they both go off. Oh. Couldn't have been a worse finish for these two. As we see Ronan will come home in first and Ben has got home in second place. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. As we see Ronan comes home in first. Good job. And Mac in 4th. Jules in 5th. Spooky in 6th. Thank you all for watching. Oh, and Spooky has some damage. Thank you all for watching. Come back next time for round 7 at the Sardinia Road Track B in the GR2 machines. Bye bye.